going behind and beyond the music. It's Real Talk with G-Love and Kenny the Rocker on Florida Man Radio.
Round and round and round I seem to go. Would I ever stop? Nobody knows. I was spinning on an endless carousel in a state of shock. Then there was a way you repay me, knowing that a song could save me. And love's a melody you gave me. Just when I hit the wall, about to fall down on my knees, you bring the spark to light, the fire deep inside of me. Something about you, can't live without you. Got my heart in your hands, you're my reason to believe.
All right, G-Love, are you ready?
I am.
On the phone, are you ready for this? Legendary singer, songwriter, guitarist, formerly from the band Chicago. You might know some of these songs he sang on, like Hard Habit to Break, Look Away, I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. The one and only Bill Champlin. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, what's up? What are you guys doing? What kind
just,
of trouble are you getting in today?
You don't want to ask that question.
Yeah, no, it's been a long day too, buddy. How you doing, Bill?
Yeah,
You know,
I get the feeling you guys, mischief is sort of, you look in the dictionary under mischief and we see pictures of you guys. What's going on?
that was this weekend. See,
Yeah, yeah.
We're,
If you
we're
go on
slow
our-
today.
If you go on our page, you can see
blame
how we.
blame it on Saturday and Sunday, right?
Exactly. So, Bill, how are you doing? Where are you based out of? Where are you living?
L.A.
Oh, you're in L.A.?
Angeles, you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Oh, I got a little feed there. Hey,
In the sunny San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles County.
no, it's beautiful there, man. I mean, like I said, I can't afford to live out there, so I live in Florida. That's the next best thing for me with sun, palm trees. But
Well, hey, Florida's. Yeah, I mean, nobody can afford to live out here. We're looking around.
I
thinking
see.
about maybe bailing out at some point.
Hey, you know what's funny
It's
about
getting out of control. You know.
Yeah, no, what's funny about musicians, because we interview a lot of guys on what we do at Nationals. We do Mondays, right? We interview a lot of guys from LA, but
Yeah.
a lot of people are moving to Nashville, man. They
Hey,
like
I
it-
lived there I lived in Franklin for almost 6 years.
Okay.
And it was funny because, I mean, I didn't work there a lot because at the time I was still playing with Chicago, so I was going an awful lot. When I came home, I was busy, looking for the TV remote, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something equally, glamorous. But, I mean, I had my allergies were so bad there that I did a vocal date there, and the guy says, "Damn, Bill, you're starting to sound local."
Oh, wow. Okay, good to know.
That can happen.
Did I already pass it
Well,
on to you there?
I realized the country style is kind of twangy.
Right.
And I realized how that started. It was, it's 50% chance of it being a style and 50% chance of it being pollen.
That's funny.
I was going the latter half.
Right.
Pollen,
So when you started, I mean, Chicago, obviously for me, and we'll reference it because that was a big part of your history. But that time, that era was so amazing to me because I love horns. I love all the different sounds that
Fabulous musicians.
Oh no, I mean crazy musicians. So. Those days of that music, I mean, you guys just hit a stride. It was unbelievable to sit back and watch how that all took place. And, just to see Earth, Wind and Fire, where it just really had this great music. Even Casey and the Sunshine Band, if you guys remember them, they always had.
Oh, man, I love those. Those
I do
records groove
too.
like a dog.
I love it.
Somebody said, man, that's so funky. It's like a 3-day-old Band-Aid.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's how the rhythm section on Casey's record is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, just so in the pocket. It was just great. And Earth, Wind and Fire is always one of my favorite bands ever. Actually, I co-wrote a song that was one of their bigger hits. It wasn't one of their funkier things, but David Foster and Jay Graydon and I wrote "After the Love Is Gone."
Oh, great song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that song. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the minute I went, hey, you mean Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to cut a song I wrote?
Right.
I'll pull it off my album in a New York minute. I wish he wanted 3 or 4 other songs from my record. If I chose not to release them myself, and I've been kicking myself ever since. I should have given him the whole damn record if he wanted it.
Right, right.
They were on fire. By the time the I Am album came out, they were swinging hard.
Yeah, you know, I had the pleasure 5 years ago. I introduced Chicago at the Daytona Peabody. It was probably 6,000 people, sold out. One of the best shows I've seen ever. I mean, just the musicianship of those guys are phenomenal.
Yeah. I bailed out in 2009, I think, kind of late 2009.
Right.
And I mean, the music, the songs can't be beat. They're really pretty damn good songs that they got, and how they play them, and the guys that they usually get to help them, get the stuff across are usually pretty top level musicians.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
And yeah. Although lately everybody's busy sitting at home going, when the hell can we get back out?
Well, soon, man. I mean, hopefully soon. But
and it's weird because I did this whole album basically because I couldn't go on the road. I couldn't do any gigs. I couldn't even play any local club gigs or jam gigs or anything. There was nothing going on at all.
Right.
So I went, okay, time for a new album. So I got a small Pro Tools rig in it's not even a studio. It's a workstation.
Right.
In my guest house, and my son's on the other side of the room with his Ableton rig, and I'm over on my side with the Pro Tools rig, and we both been working like crazy, just making as much music as we could possibly make.
Well, that's all you can
do. The song
do.
you just played was actually Bruce Geitch is a close friend of mine, was the guitar player and keyboard player on that record. I played Hammond B3 and did all, my wife and I did the vocals. We co-wrote the song with Bruce Geitch. And George Hawkins was on bass, and Vinny Colaiuta was on drums.
Oh my God! Right? No, that's I'm the B. What do you say? What was it called? B Hammond? What's it called again? I'm sorry.
The Hammond B3.
Do they still
Hammond organ?
Yeah. Do they still make those?
They make all kinds of I guess they call modeled or sampled organs. I don't think they make the real deal anymore.
Right.
That's the kind where you go in and you got a little treadmill where you got to feed the gerbils that are running around in there just to keep the thing working.
Oh, I know what it was.
I mean, it's such a.
Listen, Bill. Last year I met the keyboard player for a band called Head East, right? And he was still playing. He was still playing that kind of organ keyboardy thing. It was, and he was all proud of it because it was like from the '60s or something. He had this piece still.
Oh yeah. Mine. I've got one. I've got actually a C3, which is the same. It's the same organ. It's the same model organ that Jimmy Smith played when he first started making records.
Wow.
And that just takes you back to the mid '60s, I think.
Yeah.
My C3 is actually my B3. I think is a '64.
Right.
And my C3 is actually a '58.
Wow. Yeah, I know he was awful proud of it. I'm not a keyboard guy, so I didn't really get it.
They're
but I was
really
like, wow.
Good. I mean, you got to work like a dog and get a guy that knows what he's doing.
Right.
Well, you definitely.
Inside of it,
hey, Bill, you definitely have. I mean, I'm sitting here just looking at some of the people you've worked with over the years. This resume is incredible.
Yeah, let me just throw it out there. Boss Skaggs, Elton John, Amy Grant, Barry Manilow. I see Patti LaBelle here, Kim Carnes. Yeah. I mean, damn, dude, there's some studs right there.
Well, most of those, what you're talking about, there's most of us. I mean, when I moved to L.A., I first moved here I had a solo deal to do my first solo record, actually with David Foster, a record called Single. That's the one where we pulled After Love and gave it to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Good move.
Yeah, great move.
I tell you, that was a good move. But, when we were down here, I mean, a lot of times we didn't have a time to get in the studio. We didn't have anything going on. The rent still was due. So I managed to get myself into doing a lot of background vocal dates. Somehow over a period of 4 or 5 years, I kind of became good at arranging and putting together groups. I mean, one of my favorite background groups was me, Bobby Kimball, the original tenor singer from Toto, and Michael McDonald. The three of us did a handful of dates together.
Oh, wow. Michael McDonald.
And it's just like, hey, if you got what do you do? Sit around and watch TV or go sing on somebody's record. So, I mean, a couple of years later, somebody said, hey, you've been on about over 300 records. I went, really?
Right.
Was I there?
It's funny about you say about Michael McDonald, who I love, by the way. But he's a guy like that.
One of my favorite musicians, singers, and people. He's
Yeah.
a sweetie pie.
No, you hear him on all
Lovely.
kinds of stuff. You're like, is that a Doobie Brothers? What is that one? Is that you hear him on all kinds of stuff, you know? But I was like,
Christopher Cross's records.
all of it. It's all him. And he's
he originally, I think, was a background singer with Steely Dan to start with.
That's where I caught him at a lot. Yeah. But I caught him on a damn riverboat cruise on a Wednesday night, and it was when he came out with that little the little blues thing that I forgot what he did. It was a bunch of covers or something that he did back then. It's been about 15 years ago.
The Motown album.
The Motown album. And I seen him with this, but it was so unreal.
Great record.
It was like 100 of us in this little kind of a Vegas type setup, you know? And it was this Michael McDonald right there. I could throw a paper wad and hit him in the head. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he sounds phenomenal.
You know, actually, I know the thing is, I talked to Michael. He said you did that. He's been looking for you.
I wish. You kidding me? I wish I had that honor.
Hey, somebody hit me with a spit wad on a riverboat.
Yeah, that was me. I did buy the album, though. That was a great album. Anyways,
Michael. I've always said Michael McDonald can sing time, news, and weather and make a hit out of it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like he's got.
I've got a group that I work with in based out of Sweden. It's me and Joseph Williams, Toto's current lead singer.
Right.
One of the singers. He sings a lot of the high stuff, and then Peter Fristedt, who's a guitar player out of Stockholm, and we a song that me and Peter and a guy named Stefan Gunnarsson and my wife Tamara wrote a song. We got Michael and me to do a duet on it, and it's on the CWF 2.
Okay.
Which is CWS, which is Champlin, Williams, and Fristedt. Mostly out of the country. I mean, it did well in Japan,
right?
Doing well in Europe, and you know. So I try to keep both sides of the pond busy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It keeps me on an airplane a long time. The only way I can catch up with my reading.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So
anyway,
Bill,
guys, we've got an album coming out.
Yep.
I think the single's going to be released. The one you just played.
Right.
It's going to be released on January 1st, and then the album is coming out in mid-January digitally. So, you know, iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff will be involved.
Right.
And we're doing, my wife and I are actually going to do mail order CDs, if people still like CD packages, at BillChamplin.com/shop. And we're really excited about the record. We're really knocked out that I finally got my ass in gear and put together another record, because it's been about 10 years since I'd done the last one.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say it real quick. That we just played a little snippet of it, but that was a song called "Reason to Believe," and the album is called "Living for Love." Correct?
Yeah, or "Living for Love."
Living without a G. Yeah. Living.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with that apostrophe. I like to pull that apostrophe out on every third word. You know what I mean?
Just to mess with people.
So does Kenny. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? What do you mean the Queen's English? You mean Freddie Mercury? Which Queen? What are you talking about?
Hey, Bill. Listen. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that kind of good stuff coming up. Hopefully, the first of the year with this vaccine.
Thanks for playing that record, man. You know,
the
more you play it, the more people go, "Who the hell is this guy?
Who is that guy?" Yeah.
Donna Summer once said, "Bill, you're the best known unknown singer in the world."
Oh, what a compliment from her! Wow.
I guess I worked on her records and stuff like that at different times, and she was like, you know, I mean, at the same time she was saying that, I did the theme for "In the Heat of the Night" TV show, which is still playing in people's houses 35 something years later.
Yeah, that's where you get the money right there.
Uh-huh.
But at this point of the game, I get about a 32nd of a cent every time it plays.
Yeah,
right.
.00001.
Right.
Exactly.
Skip to the mailbox on that one. Yeah.
Almost the same kind of money you get from Spotify, but we're not going to. That's another story.
Dude,
that's another day.
Bill, I was getting ready to go off on all that, but I didn't. But yes, I feel you on that. They got to tighten that up. But listen, Bill, I really appreciate you. I'm glad to meet you. Like I said, if you ever come to Florida, let us know. And you got a friend here in Florida, and we'll try to tell all our listeners about this.
Sounds to me like you're having way too much fun, and I want you to stop it right now.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, guys, have a Merry Christmas and a fun 21. It really be really great if we can get out of this lockdown thing and get moving. You know?
Yeah, vaccine's coming, right? So we'll see. Listen, Bill, appreciate you.
My love to everybody in Florida.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon. That's a little Bill Champlin right there, formerly of Chicago. We'll be right back on Florida Man Radio.
Round and round and round I seem to go. Would I ever stop? I was spinning on an endless carousel in a state of shock. Then there was a